Our single leg deadlifts are a strength and stability move for our hamstrings, glutes, and a little bit of the low back and core as well as up in between the shoulder blades and our grip strength. So for this exercise, you can use 2 dumbbells, you can use 1 single dumbbell and hold it with both hands, you can use a barbell, you can use a kettlebell, you can pretty much use any external weight, but we want to be using this one with both hands here, grabbing that weight with both hands. So, set up for this one. You're going to determine what leg you want to start on. I'm going to start on that right leg. We're going to have those weights right in front of us, or like I said, you could always have that 1 single kettlebell or weight right in front of you as well. We're going to do that same exact motion we would do normally on a regular deadlift with that foot that's staying on the floor. That other foot is going to be hinging out behind us, staying kind of in line with the torso. So as my torso upper body hinges over, my back leg is hinging on out. I'm going to hinge on over, weight staying in nice and close, bending that leg slightly. I'm not doing a squat, so I'm not coming down nice and low, bending that leg. I'm focusing more on that hip movement. So hinging on over slightly, dumbbells staying in close, ending right about shin height. My leg is out behind me, about in line with that torso. I'm going to come on up, stand nice and tall at the top, and then repeat. Hinging on over, getting that stretch down the back of the leg, coming on up at the top. Now, if you've not done these before and you have a really hard time with your balance, you can do an easier version of it, which is grabbing that dumbbell with one hand. Whatever leg is that leg staying on the floor, we're going to use that same hand to hold that weight. The other hand, you're going to use to balance, whether you want to stand next to a wall, a chair, a bench, anything to set that other hand on to balance. And you can do that same movement while you're using that left hand to kind of stabilize. As you get more comfortable with this and you build up your stability in your knee and your ankle and your core, you're going to want to try to take that away. But for starters, you can always use that for balance on this movement. So, biggest mistakes made on this one, very similar to normal deadlift in the fact that we bend the legs too much. So a lot of times I'll see people kind of squat like this. Remember, this is a hinging motion in the hips. The legs are only bending slightly. So we're hinging on back, getting that stretch down the back of the legs and coming up. Another big mistake on this one is that dumbbell not staying in close to the body. The further out that weight is, the more strain it's going to be on your low back. So we want to keep it in close and focus instead on the hips going back to make room. But a lot of times I'll see people reach on out like this in front of them and come on down. Like I said, that's going to put more strain on that low back. So keep that weight in nice and close to your body as you hinge on over. Lastly, I see people not involving that back leg. So instead, all that movement is kind of coming here at the hips. Again, that's going to put more strain on the low back because that back's not going to be straight. The legs will be staying down while that torso is hinging over. That's putting more pressure back here. We want to focus on the leg going back in line with my upper body. So as I hinge on over with my upper body, my back leg is coming back nice and high here to stay in line. So we're keeping that focus on that hamstring, calf, glute, and low back on this side of the body. So slow it down. First work on your balance on this exercise, and then start to progress away from using any external stability and focus then on building up your strength with your weight.